Well, good morning. Is this on? Oh, there we go. It's on. Good to see everyone. Not a big crowd, but a happy crowd, I think. I see some smiles out there. So welcome to the spring 2022 semester. A lot of things on the horizon, a lot of things going on, a lot of things we need to address. And so I say we get started. As is normal routine, I like to start off with a couple of announcements. You know, there's a lot of these publications out there that rank universities, of what's important to universities, whether that's academic, student success, research, giving, and so forth. But we all know at A&M Commerce the two things, most important things, are parking and cocoa with cocktails, right? So that event is actually happening today, 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock, but it's going to be a little bit different. It's a grab and go type of item or a type of event where you go over to the student center, be held at the club between 11 and 3, and you're able to go over there and put your drawings in for a gift, pick up your free gift, and I think there's a little something special in there because we're not going to be serving any food to pick up a gift, a food coupon or drink coupon. So please make it over there if you can. And I've given clear direction to the VPs to flow this down to the entire university. Let's get everyone over there we can. Let's make accommodations for our faculty and staff to actually go over there and enjoy cocoa and cocktails the best we see fit to do it this year. But please don't throw roadblocks. If you can't, if they're absolutely needed back at the office, then by all means. But do everything you can so people can take advantage of that opportunity. And I was so excited about walking out there. I forgot to welcome all the folks on Zoom out there. I hope to see you sometime during the spring semester, and we'll go from here. Okay. Another update, COVID-19 update. We are not requiring or mandating tests for our students. We are for faculty and staff that are coming back to campus. And we have posted the new CDC requirements on our Stay Healthy Alliance website. And I wanted to let you know that EOC, Emergency Operations Center, will be conducting periodic booths or staffing periodic booths to provide these rapid walk-up tests for folks that may need to take advantage of that. We're a little bit concerned now. You probably heard through the news that there is some supply chain activity going on here, and our access to masks, access to testing, rapid testing, is a little sketchy, can be a little bit difficult. So we're going to try to do the best we can to make sure that everyone, we have ample tests available. And of course, our Student Health Center will continue to administer the PCR tests, as they always do. We're asking that everyone, if given a chance to be vaccinated, please do. Please observe social distancing, masking, and so forth, much like you're doing here today in the auditorium. And this last bullet is kind of important because, you know, there's a lot of people in social media that like to take matters in their own hands. They know best. Here's the best and most important up-to-date information, but it's oftentimes wrong, okay? For a while there was communications going out that we were going all online for the spring semester, and it couldn't be farther from the truth. So I would ask you, and I would ask everyone out in the campus community, and I'll be having this discussion with students also, please understand that the university has a very strict official communication protocol, whether it's the website, email, or social media. Please disregard the expert out in social media, and please continue to keep an eye out of the communications coming out of the university with extremely valuable information. We skipped a year, I believe, CC, but now we're going to have our annual research symposium that will be held Tuesday, April 19th in the afternoon at the Rayburn Center. I'm really excited about attending that, spend a little bit of the time there, see what research is going on in our graduate, undergraduate faculty ranks. Extremely excited about doing that, and so happy that that is going to be back on the schedule this spring. I wanted to give a shout out to the art department. You know, I would never, and I'm a little bit of too much information on Mark here. I never considered myself a connoisseur of art, okay? But, and really understanding what it meant. I did understand after talking to our faculty in art that it's really your perception, your reflection on what the piece says to you and do you like it or not. And there's been more and more times where Libby and I have visited the gallery over here and observed some of the displays and the exhibitions of our faculty, staff, and students, and they've been outstanding. So I want to give a shout out to the art department. They are producing a great product. It's a great time to be able to talk to the artists and be able to walk through those galleries and have a discussion and learn a little bit more about them and the work that they produce. So please, if given an opportunity, please take advantage of that great resource we have at our university. I can't let an assembly go by without giving a shout out to our theater department. Again, I told you the story before. We went to go see a show and I was walking out with my two daughters from a performance and I said, I don't want to hear ever again there's nothing to do in commerce. We just walked from a great performance. You guys had a good time. I had a great time. And I also want to give kudos to Dr. Klipchak because our family went to go see the last performance in the West. It was wonderful, okay? I hope there's ever an opportunity for you to see that. I hope you take advantage of that. But it gets me excited about the spring season and a Doll's House 2, and then the Texas Romance that are already on our schedule. So please take advantage of that. I think you would find it just fascinating and very rewarding, and you just have a great time there. Okay? Okay, President's Meritorious Awards. I didn't know where to put this in the presentation, so I just stuck it here, which doesn't minimize the importance of this, because I know we have so many people at this university that have done so much to advance the university in so many different ways, and really are servant leaders for our institution. So I take great pride in being able to, and really like the fact that I'm the one that's able to unveil these to you. And please know that these come with a monetary award, and my understanding, Linda, that these will be direct deposited into the recipient's account this Friday, the 14th, right? So you don't have to do anything, just roll in the money if you want to. It's going to be coming into your account, okay? So the first award, again, applications came in, the evaluation team came up with their recommendations. I accepted the recommendations because we've got some great people on this list and great groups on this list. And so with great pleasure, I'm pleased to announce that the Meritorious Service Awards, individual awards, Tammy Thompson from HR. Nice, right? Kimberly Green, graduate coordinator from the Registrar's Office. Nikki Pettit, Financial Services. And Audrey Bird from Advisor in Ag Sciences and Natural Resources. We had a great group of individuals on that list and all very worthy of receiving these awards, okay? The Meritorious Award for the contract vendor goes to Jeff Timko, electrician from SSC. Very nice, very nice. And then finally, there are team awards. And I think in the past there's been one team award, but the pool was so intriguing and so talented that we actually came up with two different teams that will receive awards this year. The first one is the Office of the Registrar, okay? Very nice. Paige and her group have always done a great job. I gotta be honest with you, I bugged the heck out of them and getting enrollment numbers and so forth. They just do a great job over there. And then the second team, given the challenges we faced with the weather and COVID and so forth, being able to keep the farm and the farm animals safe, up and going, the College of Agricultural Sciences farm team, led by Ryan Derner, so forth. Very deserving. So congratulations to all the award winners. Again, your stipend or the award check money will be deposited directly into your account this Friday. So be looking out for that. Again, congratulations. Okay, new faces, new positions. Okay? First, I'm excited about all these. The first one is, you probably have heard through the legislature that there's been a kind of a major redistricting within the legislature, and we are now going to find ourselves part of Senate District 8, okay? Which is different. We keep the same House members, same representative, but we have a new senator, and her name is Angela Paxton, who has replaced Bob Hall as our senator for our new district. She resides in McKinney. Kimberly, has a background of secondary math education and counseling for over 20 years. Could be Dr. Paxton in the future, perhaps. And we're really excited about having her. She understands education. She has been on the higher ed and education committees and could be an excellent asset and a partner for our university. I can't tell you how excited we are to be able to partner and work with someone with Senator Paxton. So we hope to get her on campus. It was difficult to get her here today or someone from her staff here today, but I guarantee and I promise we will bring her on campus and you'll get a chance to meet her yourself. Pete Rios is our new SGA president. Is Pete here? Where's Pete? Pete, what are you doing back there? Can you stand up, Pete? Can we say welcome? Pete is taken over as the SGA president from Jasmine, and very capable hands, not going to lose a beat. Pete, it's great to have you. I think one thing that's very notable that's happened over the last couple of years is that our SGA group has done outstanding work and are now really seen as a partner in decisions at the university and initiatives that are key and critical to the university. And you know, I've been pushing deans and VPs and other folks to go and talk to SGA and just let them know what's going on. Let them know what's going on in ag. Let them know what's going on in Chesa. Just 10, 15 minutes, and they're so appreciative of that. And the discussions and the interaction you have with them during those times is tremendous. So Pete, congratulations. We look forward to working with you this semester and on the great things at this institution. I don't think Eric's here, but I wanted to, Eric. Way back there. Everyone turn around. Eric's way back there. He is our new Deputy Athletic Director and Chief Operating Officer. Eric comes to us with ample D1 experience that we need for a number of reasons we'll get into. And Eric, it's great to have you here and been super impressed so far. Another person I'd like to introduce is Ashley Gordon. Ashley is here. Ashley, can you stand up? Ashley is our new women's soccer coach. And I had a chance to meet Ashley about a week or two ago, and it was obvious about 2 minutes into the discussion, I knew that Ashley cared deeply about the welfare of our student athletes, our women's soccer players. And I can't tell you how incredibly important that is, and what a steal it was to get Ashley here, who comes from SC Dallas and really connected in this whole professional D1 soccer world. So Ashley, welcome to the university. It's great to have you here. Then we have our folks that play an important role in the leadership positions at the university. Julia Ballinger is going to continue to serve as the president of our faculty senate for the remainder of this academic year, and I believe into the fall. It's been great to work with Julia. I meet with her periodically just to catch up on things. Issues that are important to faculty senate, issues that are important to the university, and just give and take and have a lot of interaction with her. So Julie, if you're out there, thank you for everything you're doing. We look forward to wrapping this year up, and if we can sign you up for another 5-6 years as the president of the faculty senate, we'll try to do that. Okay? Billy Abel, who is the head of our staff council, and Billy has also done an outstanding job in that capacity, and really, I think the relationship has always been good. I felt like I've always had a good relationship with staff council, but with Billy at the helm, it seems like it's a much more collegial, drilling down to really address some issues that our staff are facing at the university. And I can't tell you how pleased and how great it is to be able to work with someone like Billy. So Billy, thank you so much. I continue to look forward to working with you the remainder of the year. and Belinda. Belinda heads up our BUG group, and BUG group is an important group of budget folks on campus. But I really feel like, unlike other groups, they have their ear to the ground on campus and really understand the grassroots issues that are part of our university. And I really enjoy my interaction with them. They've helped us with evaluations and really are a go-to group. So thank you so much, Belinda, for everything you're doing, and we look forward to also working with you this year. Presidential Latino Advisory Council. It was obvious when you look at the demographics of DFW and the percentage of Latino Hispanic families, students, and so forth, both in Dallas ISD and the suburbs of DFW and Dallas College. I felt like it was a demographic, a population that we were just simply not making headway into. And I don't know how it happened, but it was kind of two ships crossing in the night, and I ran into Renee Martinez. And Renee, who is an alum of ours and a prominent figure in the Latino community in DFW, we talked about a number of initiatives that we could work on together to be able to advance reaching out to the Latino community, to get us more students, to provide us talent for positions, and just be a great resource and have A&M Commerce become more relevant in the Latino DFW community. And so with the help, and actually, I shouldn't be taking any credit there. With Renee's guidance, he put together and made recommendations on a committee that brings a vast breadth and depth of talent, that whether it's communication, HR, recruitment, whatever it is, we have the initial set of folks on this slide that are really starting to come together now and help us advance Latino initiatives at our university. And if you haven't had a chance to meet Renee, he's here today. Renee, can you just stand up real quick and can you welcome him for me? Thank you. So Renee, we look forward to working with you, and we look forward to working with these fine folks on the screen. We had a meeting scheduled with the Black to come here on campus. We got to get that rescheduled and start that dialogue again. Okay. Points of distinction. We got so much stuff going on, I can't even tell you. I cut out about a dozen slides just to not to have you here more than 2 hours. Okay, we won't have you here for 2 hours, but I had to cut a lot of things out. There's so much stuff going on. First and foremost, the 2021 rankings of U.S. News and World Reports came out, and we are still considered a national university, as well we should be. We made some great strides in rankings among those national universities. Do you understand that when we say, for example, under social mobility, 100 out of 391 schools, those are the national universities. Those aren't the regional universities in the West and the South and the East. These are the cream of the crop, okay? These are comparative numbers for the best universities in the nation. And so not only have we achieved and maintained our national university status through this publication, we have also made a dent and made great progress in advancing various areas at the university. And this is just a snippet of some of the areas that we are nationally ranked. You can see that the ever important social mobility. What happens, we always pride ourselves on being an institution where our students come and we can transform their lives. Maybe in some cases even break that cycle of generational poverty, to set them on their way to become financially stable and secure. We take great pride in that, and it's reflected in these national numbers that we continue to go up and inch up the ratings on this ever important ranking. For the first time, they started ranking undergraduate, or we participated in undergraduate nursing programs, and you can see that we are doing pretty darn well up there, ranked 183 out of 694. Best engineering, undergraduate engineering programs were ranked 110 out of 220 and went to 75 out of 239 in 2021. And then best education school ranked 208 out of 438 schools. Education's one of our bread and butters. We're doing a great job in there under the direction of Dr. McLeod. And we expect that trajectory to continue on as we move forward. So congratulations to the campus, congratulations to our faculty on these great achievements here. While I'm on this slide, a lot of the data I get, and this U.S. News and World Report data, comes from institutional effectiveness and research. And I don't have much to say about this, except thank you for everything you do at our university. When I take a look at the product and so many things that IER has their hands in, and we have a very important reaccreditation, reaffirmation coming up here, and we feel safe and secure that we have people like Dan Sue, Ricky Dobbs at the helm of that to get us through that. So nothing more than just a shout out to institutional effectiveness and research for all the great work you do behind the scenes at our university. Can you help me acknowledge the work of IER? Thank you. This coordinating board has periodically an award called the STAR Award. And the STAR Award, as it says here, are awarded for institutions that demonstrate exceptional contributions to one or more of the strategic plan goals in the higher ed strategic plan, okay, for the state. And this year, the coordinating board used their STAR Award to acknowledge schools for the outstanding response to COVID and providing a safe and healthy campus community during the pandemic. And A&M Commerce was one of the winners of that award. Out of the 10 schools were awarded. Commerce was the only school in the Texas A&M University system that was awarded this, and it speaks to our commitment to keep a healthy and safe campus environment for faculty, staff, and students. And I think without a doubt, compared to other campuses and some of the horror stories I heard from other campuses across the state, I think we did an outstanding job. And the STAR Award is on the podium right there. We'll be proud to display that and show everyone that we are doing the best we can in a very difficult, turbulent, uncertain time. I think A&M Commerce has stepped up and demonstrated excellence that has been acknowledged by the coordinating board. So congratulations to the campus on that also. As you may or may not know, the Texas legislature has appropriated about $45 million to build an ag education and research complex at A&M Commerce. This has, yeah, absolutely. This is an important, I think it's a watershed event for the university. We have an ag college that is growing. Potentially, I haven't looked at the data, but potentially growing that faster than any other ag college in the state. One thing we always come back to, though, is that we simply don't have the facilities that reflect the excellence we have in our ag faculty, students, and staff. That's all going to change now. And we have a task force that's been put together, headed up by Randy Harp, to examine how we're going to use this money. We originally asked for $95 million. Long story short, a lot of these projects were shaved back to about half their value. So we ended up with about $45 million. We'll take it, and we'll do something great with that. And not only advance our ag college, but for a separate discussion, I love this idea of being able to have a facility that's producing graduates. And when you put on your economic development hat, and you think about what companies need, they need good talent. And if we become a pipeline of talent because of this, it's my hope that this will attract smaller companies to come to Commerce and partner with us in some of these major initiatives and have access to that talent. So a tremendous amount of opportunity there. And the interesting thing is, if you catch it, it's really called a complex. There's not just one building we're going to build. We have plans for different aspects of this complex, okay? And whether it's a building, whether it's research facilities, whatever that may be, that money may be spread out in various areas. But regardless, it's an important, incredibly important initiative at our university. And I want to make mention that one of the areas that we are going to focus on as part of this ag project and dedicate some money towards is the establishment of a game bird research laboratory. Now, working with Dr. Kelly Reyno, we're interested in making that a center, but we have to go through state board approval and so forth. And so a temporary placeholder, we're calling it a laboratory. But imagine a place on campus, perhaps across the street on 24 in the wetlands over there, that will become home, a state home, a regional home for people interested in game bird research, quail research. Very exciting because there is a tremendous interest across the state in quail and quail research. And so we have the people in place, we need the facilities in place to truly establish ourselves as a leader in this area, and more to come on this particular initiative. The city of Dallas is interested in developing an international area, okay, in Midtown Dallas. There's already an international population there, and there used to be an old mall there that shut down. And the city and the city council see as a tremendous opportunity for economic development. How do we rally industry? How do we rally education? How do we get all these groups together in this area and make an international theme and reestablish that area as a go-to place for international commerce, international education, and so forth? It's a major initiative. The city council just met on this a number of days ago. And so it's a confluence of all these different areas come together to create economic vitality within that particular region of Dallas. And if you read through the article, the educational partners of this puzzle, A&M Commerce is front and center in this. Absolutely. Kimberly, can you give it up for Kimberly and Cece on this? Because we were in partnership with the North Dallas Chamber of Commerce, Dallas ISD, and A&M Commerce are coming together to establish a K-12 international school that will look like nothing else. That'll be one of the core anchor tenets of this region. And so a lot more to come on that. It's a bit still in its infancy, a lot of work to do, but truly tremendous opportunity, not only for the city, but also the state. Grants recently received by A&M Commerce. One of the goals we have is to get to R2 high research activity status. This is how we do it. Okay? We produce plenty of PhDs. We need research expenditures. This is how we do it. And we didn't have, it's obvious the fine work that Cece Gassner and her crew are doing over in research, but it's also a testimony of understanding that we have a lot of research going on at this university. It's just a matter of taking that research and pitching it in a grant to an agency. And what excites me about these, besides the dollar amounts, is that look at the people that we're getting awards from: Department of Ed, USDA, Department of Agriculture. Okay, and what's also exciting is that they're right in our wheelhouse, as well they should be. Right, sustainable ag is up there. Rural education is up there. It doesn't hurt that it's $1.2 million. That's kind of nice too, right? Over a number of years. So this is where we're heading. This is where we're going. We still have a lot of work to do, but this is off to a great start. And a lot of kudos go out to a lot of different folks on campus. There are many grants on here that I have not, grants we have that are not on these slides, but are just as valuable to the university and the research enterprise at the university. So congratulations in particular to Dr. Pruitt, Dr. Morton, and Dr. Chris Kemp Graham for the fine work to bring that grant in. Okay? Advancement has been doing philanthropy and engagement, is doing a great job. We have about year to date about $1.5 million in commitments and donations to the university. We had this major initiative with trying to rally and get more folks to be part of the Alumni Association, and Amber Countess came up with this great idea about oral histories and really engage that alumni community to come and tell their story at the university. And, oh, by the way, sign up to be a member of the Alumni Association. And it just so happens through that initiative, we signed up about 838 or so additional folks to be members of the Alumni Association. But probably the big coup was this gift from Gary and Sandra and Gary Fernandez, focusing on first-gen students, much like Gary, and creating opportunities for those students in rural Northeast Texas to come to A&M Commerce. It represents the first $1 million gift, that is not a bequest, but a first $1 million gift to the university. And we need to get Gary and Sandra out here and have a little ceremony for that and so forth. But Gary and Sandra, if you happen to be out there, thank you so much for your generosity. Again, another major milestone at this university, first $1 million gift at the university. Gary and Sandra, thank you so much. You probably have seen this already. This is old news. I put the slide in a couple days ago. Now there's Matt Wood fan clubs and so forth, because it's all been out on social media. But I want to extend my congratulations to Matt also for being named as this year's Regents professor of physics and astronomy. Matt, congratulations. I can't think of a better person to represent us as a Regents professor in the system, and great job for everything you do and a great contributor to our university. Our transition to D1. You knew this was coming. We had a discussion about it. And it's almost here. We have gone through all the appropriate steps to make a transition to become a D1 member of the Southland Conference July 1 of 2022. And this is a great opportunity for our university. A lot of work has been put in this by the athletic department. We have a great partner in the Southland Conference. Tom Burnett and Chris Grant have been nothing but outstanding, and the presidents in the Southland Conference at the various institutions have been welcoming and gave us a warm reception. We are extremely excited about doing this. This is a game changer also for the university, in that it helps us with relevancy, it helps us with prestige, and so forth. And Tim just showed me the football schedule for next year, for this coming fall, right, Tim? It's for 22. Looks totally different than anything I've seen from A&M Commerce before, and I think we're going to release that very soon here. And when I hear some of the games that are going to be on our schedules, whether it's in football or basketball, volleyball, whatever that may be, truly excited about Commerce is really stepping up its game and is going to be a player in Division I athletics. This is all very exciting, but you know where I'm going with athletics. This is also very exciting to me, that this is Tim, if I'm right, this is the highest GPA, semester GPA we have ever had in our athletics department, which is an outstanding testimony to the entire department and our coaches and our players. And just look at the numbers here. I don't think there's too many schools that can match this, right? And we're doing it right. We're doing it right here. And so it could be a worry that we are not doing it right. We're doing it right. And so congratulations to athletics, but most importantly, congratulations to our student athletes that are not only leaders, but demonstrating leadership on the field, but also in the classroom. Venture College. Remember way back, maybe I didn't say it here, I can't remember. But one of the ideas I brought and had a discussion with Dr. Villanueva Russell and Mario is about how do we create innovation with our students, okay? How do we have students have great ideas, right? And they have ideas, some of them have ideas to start their own company. Okay? Let's create an entity that helps them do that. Okay? Let's take their idea, let's surround them with people that have started companies, and let's get them on their way to realize their dream and create their company. Okay? The reason I brought this up is because I just got this email from Dee Heath, who's actually a star of ours in our campus-wide video, that has been a member of Venture College, and he showed me some pictures of him. His idea for his company was athletic glove cleaner. Okay, bactericide, clean out the gloves so you don't have to keep on buying gloves all the time. You think, okay, that's kind of interesting. I mean, hopefully you've done your work on this and so forth, and it kind of came and went. And then all of a sudden he sent me these pictures saying, you know what, I'm loading up all these shipments to Amazon. They're going to sell my product on Amazon. Okay, how exciting is that? right? A young man, business major, that is on his way, has this entrepreneurial mindset, is on his way to go make money, start his own company, make money. Very exciting. And it was enabled by Anthony and all these groups and all these folks that staff up and support the Venture College. So job well done there. Okay, shifting gears. Again, the distinction can keep on going, but you get the idea, okay? Let's talk a little bit about the current FY22 budget. You probably have heard that there were no tuition and fees increases for next year, approved by the Board of Regents. We're going to stay steady state in terms of tuition revenue. We will receive a state allocation of $800K, which will enhance student retention initiatives. That is through a special bill through the legislature for graduating and getting schools getting rewarded for graduating underserved individuals. And we do a lot of that, and we're reaping the benefits of doing that. The only caveat to the money is it has to be used for student success retention initiatives. Upcoming fall of 22 and spring of 23 is going to be a formula year. We had a little bit of dip in our previous year because of COVID. We got some making up to do. And you all know that as a states here, enrollment drives the budget. And so we may have to tweak, make adjustments and so forth to make sure that we are financially sound going into the legislative session and coming out of the legislative session. And I rely on Tina and Arlana and folks in that office to keep us on the straight and narrow and make sure that we are never jeopardizing the financial health of our university. So there's additional work to be done here. But nothing else to report. Keeping a close eye on enrollment for the spring. I was all depressed and sad yesterday, but Nichelle told me that we got to get to about 500 more students registered by the 20th day to break even, to be even with where we were last spring of 21. Now, that was yesterday. I found out we just enrolled about 124 more, so we're well on our way. And of course, we have a student body that's notorious for, oh, I got to register? Oh, school started? Okay, I better do that, okay? So we still have a little bit of work to do, but and more retention in a bit here. Excuse me. So let's revisit initiatives that we stated during the fall assembly for 21-22, okay? First one, stay healthy and communicate. I have to be honest with you, we're doing the best we possibly can to communicate with the campus community about various things that are going on related to COVID, not related to COVID, and I think we're doing a pretty good job, at least the feedback's pretty good, but please do not be afraid to continue to have a dialogue with us saying, let us know this or let us know that. We'll be happy to accommodate. As far as stay healthy, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the next, there's a lot of experts that say this Omicron may peak by the end of January. I don't know about that. We'll see. But in the meantime, with students coming back on campus, with faculty being in the classroom, Derek Prias assures me that we have any PPE that you need, that you want, we'll have available to you, whether that's masks or face shields or plexiglass shields or whatever, sanitizers or whatever that may be. Please ask for that if you want it. We'll do everything in our power to get it to you. We want to keep the classroom safe, and John, I would agree. I think we had a pretty good track record in the fall and the previous spring about keeping our classrooms safe and if there's such a thing as COVID-free, doing the best we can to make that happen. So please, let's be partners in keeping the campus safe and healthy here. Adobe Creative Campus. As you know, we entered into a partnership with Adobe, and this is, I can credit Dr. Curacina, Dean Curacina from CHESA, to help us out with that because they were ahead of the game already. They knew, and some of their departments used Adobe platforms, video, audio, presentations, and so forth, to enhance the educational experience of their students. And we said, why not? Why not translate that and get a license, a campus-wide license, to use this technology across all disciplines across the university? and help us with exams and tests and homework assignments and so forth, and utilize these tools, which is becoming more and more the norm in our virtual world. Let's have our students and our faculty gain expertise in these areas to become the digital natives that we know they are and accommodate them. So we did indeed sign a license to be an Adobe Creative Campus and be designated. And I just, for this presentation, I went to adobe.com, I think it was adobe.com, and they said, hey, look at the list of, here's a list of Adobe Creative Campuses, and there's A&M Commerce there. And I gotta be honest with you, we're keeping some pretty great company there. You know, you're looking at Clemson, you're looking at Indiana University, Arizona State. I don't know how Duke got in there, but it did. But, you know, and all these different universities, Denver and so forth, that have understood that there's a real opportunity to instill and create this skill set of what the skills that Adobe platforms can do for us to advance the educational experience of our students. And A&M Commerce is now part of that. Thank you again, Dr. Kurasina, for taking the lead on that and being such a great thought partner on that. Dallas site, 8750. It's up and going, okay? Tina and Cece promised me that we've already had the certificate of occupancy, and we are now just going through the punch list of furniture and paint here and IT here and so forth. And we're close, and actually we're going to be really close because we're offering classes there this spring, okay? And I think do classes start there tomorrow? Jeez, okay, that's good. Can't wait to get down there. Can't wait to get down there and see it. I was asked by a lot of folks to stay away because every time we sent a group down there to take a look at it, we were told, you're just taking time away from us getting stuff done. Please be assured that there will be opportunity for our campus to go visit that site. And I haven't talked to the VPs about this yet, but I want to figure out a way to have a campus, a Commerce, Texas community visit, a tour of that facility. We do have a groundbreaking ribbon cutting that the chancellor is going to attend. 3 regents are also going to be there, legislators and so forth, on February 2nd. But it's my intention and my expectation that we're going to have a number of events there. Whether that's alums, Renee, whether it's the Latino community that we invite in, Cece, whether it's the business community, the College of Business, the College of Education may want to have their own alumni or superintendent ISD event there. We really want to roll this out and showcase it because I think there's great potential there for the university and really use 8750 to leverage our enrollment growth and our prominence in the DFW area. Certainly more to come in that regard. Strategic enrollment plan. Okay, so we got to talk a little bit here, okay? As I brought up in the fall assembly, we have some work to do in terms of student retention, okay? And Nichelle, Vice President Bonds, and Ricky Dobbs are taking the lead on this particular initiative. We have had inklings of a strategic enrollment plan. This is a comprehensive plan that is really going to be used by a university to guide and direct how we recruit and how we retain, and probably just as importantly, how do we develop relationships as a campus with our students that we have, okay? And so it's going to be a data-driven process. So we have secured the services of Ruffalo Noel Levitz, RNL, to help us interview, survey students, and to have them tell us where we're doing good, where we're not doing so good, okay? And back in 2018, a similar survey was conducted, and it's not all that complicated. We just asked the students to say, list the things that are important to you, okay? And then let us know if we're satisfying, are we providing satisfactory ways of providing that, meeting that need, okay? And if we have something ranked very high that's important to students, and they say, you're doing a pretty good job, then that's not a problem. Where it becomes a problem is that this is important to me, and you guys are way down here. You're not satisfying the needs of me and my fellow students. And those areas with the biggest gap float their way and are prioritized to the top of areas that we have to address and take a look at, okay? And so, if you look at 2018 data, excuse me, I apologize for that. These are undergraduate students, satisfaction issues strictly for academic affairs, strictly for the teaching, learning experience in the classroom and across the board with our faculty. Back in 2018, some of the items that they was a big concern to students, again, important to them, big gap. You're not meeting me. You're not meeting me halfway here, okay? Faculty provide timely feedback about student progress. In a course, tuition paid is a worthwhile investment. Instruction in my major field is excellent. I am able to register for classes I need with few conflicts. And these are prioritized. So these are the highest academic rankings among non-academic rankings that came back from R&L. And you can see between 2018 and 2021, we made some improvements. Okay, you can take a look at there and say, you know, timely feedback improved, still a weakness based upon 21 data, but we made great improvement there. Tuition paid, worthwhile investment. I'll get back to that in a second. Instruction in my major field is excellent. That was a problem back in 18. We seem to have closed the gap on that, and now R&L and the data shows it's really not a problem anymore. And through the work of a lot of good people, the provost's office, sitting down with departments that we saw maybe had some retention issues, okay? And working directly with them and addressing these issues paid off, okay? I give great kudos to computer science, psychology, criminal justice. They have worked and partnered with the provost's office, Ricky Dobbs, John Humphreys, to be able to do things to the curriculum and instruction and so forth, to be able to help them better retain and come up with better retention numbers for their students. Great job for those departments. We still have other work that has to be done. And then able to register for classes I need with few conflicts, still a weakness. So now if you look at 2021, okay, tuition paid is a worthwhile investment, is the biggest academic affairs issue right now facing our students. And remember, these are the students that are still with us, okay? I know I sat in a faculty senate meeting and Dan Su had provided some data to the faculty saying, okay, what role, why are students leaving? And the data that was provided to the faculty senate were students that had already left. And a large portion of that was financial reasons. They left because of financial reasons. It's a lot more complex to that. It's a lot more, you can't tease the financial out, okay, as we're going to talk about a little bit. You can't tease that out. Especially you can't tease it out because those students that left actually probably went to more expensive universities than ours. Okay? It's starting to come down to value. Why would I want to go into debt at A&M Commerce? Am I getting a value, am I getting a return on my investment? If you're going to make me take out a loan, what is my return? What's the value added? Our students are becoming more and more savvy consumers, and the expectations are becoming increasingly high of, you got to give me a good product. Because I don't have a lot of money. A lot of our students don't have a lot of money. And they have to make decisions about, you know, tuition versus living, utilities, food, and so forth. And so they're less likely to do things like take out a loan. If they don't see the end game, don't see the end product. Faculty provide timely feedback about student progress. It's improved. John, I think we're still hammering our faculty to say, you know what, if you're a teacher, an instructor, a faculty member at our university, and the first time you get to assess student performance in your class is a midterm, it may be way too late by then. Are there opportunities to ease into that and have quizzes and other kind of assignments the first couple weeks in class to get them acclimated and get them part and get them in the flow of the class? These are things we need to think about as instructors and faculty at a university. The quality of instruction I receive in most of my classes is excellent. So this is something new, okay? The previous slide said the courses I'm taking in my major are problem not getting great instruction. That's improved. But when the student talks about classes in general, outside my major, there seems to be an issue there. Seem to be happy with the classes they're taking in their major, not so happy with classes across the university. And again, this is kind of fresh off the press, and so I need some time to take a look at this myself and digest it a little bit. And I know that Ricky and John are going to be coming around to the academic side of the house, the colleges and departments, and having this exact discussion, okay? And looking at the data and seeing what it tells us. If we jump to graduate students, this is the first year we have surveyed graduate students, so there is no 2018, there's no basis of comparison here. Number one, quality of instruction in my program is excellent. There's a problem there. We have graduate students saying, maybe I'm not getting the value for my tuition that I thought I was going to get here. Faculty provide timely feedback, same kind of thing as the undergraduates. Here we go, tuition paid is a worthwhile investment. And then there are sufficient options within my program of study, okay? Picking a little bit on the academic affairs side of the house, let's go to the undergraduate non-academic affairs side of the house. Amount of parking is adequate. It's never going to be adequate, okay? But it's improving, but it's never going to be adequate. I'm not as concerned about that. Boy, I got to be careful. I'm concerned about that one, okay? But I think there's things we can solve, easily solved in that. The residence halls are comfortable. That's been improving. Billing policies are reasonable. That's gone back. That's slid back a little bit since 2018. Adequate financial aid is available for most students. That's improved since 18, but I got to be honest with you, I can't tell whether that is a function of the processes financial aid or the HERF money that we got that we started giving out to various students in financial need. Don't know that yet, and Ricky might be able to help us out with that. A new one, campus is safe and secure for all students. That one popped up kind of out of the blue. And again, I think students probably see COVID a little bit different than we do. I'm guessing a little bit here. That it's kind of waning, kind of tired of it. Let's move on. And I think some of our recent past of some of the safety things we had happening on our campus are resurrecting. This was brought up during a couple student focus groups R&L held with a number of our student groups. And safety has been brought up again. And then, again, tuition is a worthwhile investment. So think about this. What can we do? Okay? That is going to be the challenge. That is going to be the discussion. That's what I'm going to be keep on going down and talking to John and Ricky. What can we do? When I talk to the deans, what can we do? Okay? We can sit back and be indifferent. I can teach my class and get the heck out of Commerce before the traffic gets bad down in Rockwall or DFW, or I can engage with my students. Okay? So again, this is not, I'm not pitching these ideas as, the Bible. This is not what Mark Rudin wants us to do. These are the kind of things I hope you all start thinking about, right? And I think that when we look at our students, the vulnerability of our students, I think the first couple weeks this semester are going to be absolutely critical. And there's nothing certain, but what I know and my discussion with students, if we don't give a darn about them, they're out. I really believe that. When I was on a panel with the North Dallas Chamber, and we were talking about the winter snowstorm, and they asked me about that, and I said, there's actually a little bit of a silver lining in that winter snowstorm. They're like, what is that? And I said, during that snowstorm, our faculty and staff, a lot of them lost power, no Wi-Fi, no water, no heat, okay? Access to food, nothing on the shelves out at Walmart, Brookshire's. They did the best they could. We felt vulnerable as a group. Now think about our students, that it doesn't take a winter snowstorm for a lot of our students to feel vulnerable. That's how they live their lives. How do I get access to power? How do I get access to Wi-Fi? Where's my next meal coming from? Okay? And think about how stressed out you all were during that snowstorm. That is a healthy group of students that is coming to our campus tomorrow saying, why am I paying so much money for this? Help me out. Meet me halfway. Care about my learning. It's a different environment now than we've ever had before. I don't know if it's here to stay. I don't know what it is. But the students have an expectation. And teaching the class, interacting with the student on a one-on-one basis as a staff member. What's interesting is that you notice that this return on investment, the value added, is not just an academic affairs thing. It's obvious that some of their interaction of the students with our staff members across various offices and campus makes a student step back and say, do I need to go here? Do I need to put up with this? Okay? So there's also a value proposition to how they're treated on campus, okay, across the board. And so when we talk about we need to take a hard look at policy, procedures, and business practices to ask whether they are here for our convenience or for the student's convenience and to progress the student. We cannot afford to be an institution that is staff, faculty friendly. We need to be institutions that is student friendly first and foremost. Again, I ask, and again, this is fresh off the press, so I'm kind of just having a mark you all discussion on this. But I think there's tremendous value in being able to just ask ourselves the same question students are asking themselves and asking us. For example, what would you all expect from an institution where tuition paid is a worthwhile investment? We need self-reflection. We need campus reflection on this. And I know that there's already some schools, and Kimberly, I know your school, your college is starting to develop a retention plan. I hope that you're well on your way, but I hope you also have access to this kind of data and listen to what our students have to say and incorporate that into the plan. I would love the first plan, retention plan that comes out of the gate to examine that and maybe use that as a gold standard and develop the rest of the plans, because they're really going to be based upon this overall strategic management plan. Last one, be supportive, empathetic, and engaged with our students. Not indifferent, engaged. And do you understand that I can go across campus, and I always tout what great faculty we have and staff we have. We do, okay? We do. And I hope this isn't me pointing the finger at you. I just hope that you're along with me to say, let's do better. Let's become more engaged. Let's become more supportive, okay? Now, please understand that when I get complaints and I hear email, my inbox is simultaneously, well, about 95% of our complaints, about 5% are, okay, you did okay there, Mark, just do better next time, kind of thing, right? I get emails all the time that are just breaking my heart, okay? Hundreds of emails a year from students saying, I don't know where else to go. I feel like I'm in this alone. How many times do I have to email this person? I don't get a response. And please understand, I'm saying it to everyone here, that I know there's two sides to the story. Please understand, I know, because sometimes when Linda or I follow back, the answer is, listen, I've emailed this person 20 times and they never got back to me. And now they're coming to you saying they never heard from me. That's not right, okay? But even if the student's wrong 75% of the time, is 25% okay? I don't think it's okay, okay? Again, I purposely put this up here because the center picture are students that are on the freshman walk to this building first day of prior to first day of classes, in thoughts of hope and anticipation and so forth, being part of this university, a university that has pitched to them, we are going to transform your lives. Okay, that's going to take effort. That's going to take more than just teaching classes. That's going to take more than just responding to emails. Okay? I bring this up because I think it's kind of represents a different mind shift for me. I told you this a little while ago, I interviewed and talked to Ashley Gordon, our new soccer coach. And this is what I told Ashley. I said, you know what, Ashley, sometimes you're going to have to, a lot of time you're going to be wearing the soccer coach's cap. That's what you're going to do, right? Go get them. Develop the young women. Go win games, okay? But if you ever come across a student, and I don't care if they're an athlete or not, I want you to take that cap off, and I want you to put a university cap on and say, what can I do to help you? I've come across students, I'm sure you have too, they're just in tears. And it isn't, the solution, I hope, for you isn't, oh yeah, that, yeah, go talk to Renee in financial aid, you'll be good. Okay? I hope it's more engagement than that. I think we all have to put on our student success, student engagement hat as part of this university. Okay? Again, when I follow back with these emails, I get the full story, okay? And they think that I'm going to take these emails and reach down and say, okay, Renee, you're in trouble. That's not going to happen. I hope we take this as a lesson and a wake-up call and start this campus discussion, because this is where it starts, right? I will say this. I know that I've talked to faculty and staff, and people have varying opinions on, my job's not recruitment, my job's not retention, okay? The challenge I issue to campus is that recruitment and retention of our students for the fall semester starts tomorrow. It starts tomorrow in the classroom. It starts tomorrow when they're paying for their parking passes. It starts tomorrow when they're entering, taking their residence in the residence hall, okay? It starts tomorrow, but are we creating an institution that is creating a transformative experience for our students? We have to ask ourselves that. Speaking of safety, we all got caught up in COVID, and we did have a campus safety plan put together. But now that it's been resurrected and it's still obviously campus safety's on our students' minds, we're going to dust that off. Even still in the midst of COVID, we're going to tell the students, we heard you loud and clear. We've done some stuff on that plan. COVID hit, evidently we didn't do enough. So we're actually getting a group together that's going to be working on this. I think we're meeting this week and getting ready to move our safety initiatives to go forward. We cannot ask faculty, staff, and students, or force, we can ask, but we can't force faculty, staff, and students to sign up and get the Lions Safe app that warns you of emergencies and so forth, right? But boy, if you have not done that, please do that. Please do that. If there's an instance on campus, whether unfortunate, unruly people, whatever that is, this is the major way people are going to get a hold of you. Okay? So please do that. And just a heads up, we are currently having discussions right now with the EOC. The leadership of the university, the administration of the university is having discussions with EOC right now about having a drill, okay? A drill that may involve a theft, a gunman on campus, a person with a gun on campus. Just know we are working on that, and that we will make sure that we do everything in our power to communicate that this is simply a drill to test communication systems and so forth. But no, that is coming sooner than later, because we need to do that. We need to reestablish, retest ours, and we got to make sure everyone knows, so if someone says, oh my God, there's a shooter on campus, okay? We'll do everything in our power, but please know that is coming. And then finally, campus improvement initiative. We continue to move on this. This is the building right out of the gate, right out of the blocks. This is maybe a little small, hard to see, but this is what Tina is telling me that the hallways of Ferguson are going to look like. Branding opportunities, creating a space. Again, when students walk into this building during orientation or during campus tours, they also ask themselves, Is this a campus I can see myself attending? Is this a campus worth my investment? Because if it's dark and dingy, that ain't it. But if you're walking into a place that's lively and vibrant and showcases and shows off, political science and history and all these other areas, that excites students. And they can say, this is a place I can see myself being part of. So that's why that is also part of a retention effort at our university. Okay? So I apologize for the workmanlike dialogue and on today's assembly. We have so much stuff, great stuff going on at our university. We have to make sure that the students understand that even with all the great stuff going on, it's really in place to help serve them, help them be successful at our university. Let's never lose sight of that. Okay? I think sometimes I get a reputation of there's a shiny object there, there's a shiny object there. I'll probably deserve it, but regardless, I think it's all part of this plan to become relevant to who we are as an institution and be able to market the institution to students that come and be part of this. And once that happens, we kick in, showing them the Lion love and the Lion support that I know we're very capable of. I can't think of a better group of faculty and staff given this challenge that I would rather work with than you all, because I know we can make this happen, and I know we can turn the tide, and I know we can create a great experience for not only our students, but for faculty staff also. So I wish you the best of luck for the upcoming spring semester. You know where to find me if you'd like to talk, and enjoy the rest of the day. Cocoa and cocktails. Thank you very much, and go Lions.